Smoke shop, yes, we're open too. Did that countdown drop? Who knows? Riverside's been giving me a little bit of some hiccups here. This is a quick live. It's Friday, well past 4:20 here. It's 5:08 on the watch. What up? Everybody's streaming right now. I see several people out there live at the moment. I see MK Ultra out there on Stormwatch. We actually got him up on the phone right now. I'm keeping an eye on this brother, making sure he's okay. And we're just going to get into a couple quick reports that are online. We did a pre-recorded one. What was it? Yesterday, I think it was. It was for the day before. What's up, Amanda? How you doing this lovely evening? Hope you're well. It's just you and I right now. Yeah, everyone's probably busy running around doing their Friday evening stuff. We're having a show over next door to the shop here tonight. There's Val. What up, Mikey? And Dragonfly popping in now. Now I guess notifications are being sent out. We won't rock for long as there's others live right now. We'll go support them, but we're gonna get these reports off really quick. Touch base, say what's up to you all out there, and yeah, we'll see where this goes really quick. It's a fast stream. All right. Yeah. New report on the Bigfoot mapping project. We'll get into that. And what else? We'll take maybe a little ride around Bluff Creek since the Patterson Gimlin film has been such a hot topic still. And I think later tonight, I don't know if Eric from Harryman Road is going to be on over on Sasquatch Odyssey. That's what I heard. I'm not sure about the timing on that. I'm checking my phone. And Sasquatch Odyssey was on over with RPG. Shout out RPG. Yeah. Always good to see him on. And it was a good show over on Alienate UK with Andy. Cheers to Andy. Yeah, that was a good show. Interesting. They got into the whole Patty situation as well. So it was good to see their perspective and just listening for any other information. And what up, bro? Control right here. We got the control over here. Yeah, he needs the control for the big screen. And there's Roger. OM33, what up? Let's see. What were we going to get into? The report. We're going to take a little cruise through Bluff Creek if y'all like. You could hop in the back seat with me and a couple of the guys. We'll take a little bump around Bluff Creek and see if we get any Squatch sightings. Still, I'm not on either side yet. I'm still open to it being a hoax or it being for real. And I wanted to touch more on that. There was MK the other night on the Cryptid Huntress's channel. That was an interesting show. And I don't always agree with MK stuff. And there's stuff that I find fascinating that he's put out. And so I thank him for sharing what he has. And yeah, I feel like, can't knock all gotta hear everything, gotta see everything and take it in, process it, filter it out, and see where you stand with everything. SoCal Squatcher, what up? Moon at Noon, what's going on, y'all? Yeah, it's the weekend. The weekend is here. And man, it's been a crazy rattlesnake season out here in SoCal. I shared a newsreel recently about a fatality. I think that was in Irvine, Orange County. And now there's been 5 other, I think that one, including that one. So 4 other rattlesnake bites in Southern California. SoCal Squatcher, did you hear about that, brother? And I think there might have been, hopefully not. I heard there was someone on the verge of possibly passing due to those rattlesnake bites. So heads up if you're out, even on the coastal areas, they're calling them coastal rattlers too. Yeah, watch out if you're out hiking or squatching or just in the outdoors, maybe in the backyard too. And if you're in some of these areas where you get these rattlesnakes, I've dealt with rattlesnakes a lot up north. We used to catch and release them, get them off the property. So I'm very familiar. And I had a gnarly rattlesnake dream the other night too. My brother had a gnarly dream too. I don't know if he wants me to share, but you know, a lot of comments have been going by recently, and bro and I actually seen a green one. We weren't together. We had just closed the shop, and I was headed to the pad, and he was headed I don't know where, and we both seen a green comet streaking, and it was that's my second time I've seen that, and I've talked about the first time, but anyway, yeah. How's everyone else doing out there? How do we sound? Mic check 1 2 1 2. And speaking of mic check, come on, camera. I'm that excited. The turntables are back. Yeah, so it was just a cord that was an issue. They were out of service for a bit. I was having issues with the last cord I had. Now we got a 10-footer, is all teched out. It's got a brand on it, actually. I think the last one did also. Well, we got a customer. Other door, brother. Other door. This guy's well dressed. Here we go. Might have to mute if need be. Yeah. And so yeah, I'll fill you in. Yeah, you never know. Sometimes get some strange characters that come in here. And they could be well dressed or thrashed. You never know. And some of the people that you're like, damn, some of those are good folk too. You never know. And you do gotta judge books sometimes. We gotta be judges. You gotta be able to judge things, right? Because if you don't, you could be in some trouble. Just a little heads up. Yeah. What else was going on? So we're touching on some people going live tonight. So Eric Harryman Road going on live tonight. I think possibly with Sasquatch Odyssey. We'll keep an eye out for that, and I'm sure he's standing his ground. And enough respect to Eric. And some of you may know y'all know. Y'all been keeping up, right? Hopefully. And I'm still keeping an eye on MK Ultra here. Looks like he's back in the bus. Yeah, so I wanted to touch some things. MK Davis. We're talking about two different MKs now. Now I'm really confusing it now, right? Who was on with Jessica the other day? Yeah, pointed out some interesting things. There's some things that I find fascinating that he's pointed out. And there were some locations he named, and I won't get into that. And I was like, yep. And some other things. There was one in particular, and he has a video on it, and he brought it up again during the interview, and it was the one that knows the way. And some of that information there, I think, is fascinating, and there's something there, I think, and I want to dig deeper into that. And I've watched all of his videos pretty much, so I think there's some nuggets of information there. And I've been diving into some older stuff that I've gone through and going through things again, interviews, and just tapping into the whole phenomenon again. I'm excited. I'm excited about Bigfoot Mania. Come on, let's do this.
Bigfoot Mania 2026.
It's on and cracking. What up, Christopher? All right, let's get these reports in so we don't interrupt anyone's live stream. And so, yeah, the shop will be open after hours tonight, as there's a punk show next door at the asylum, and that's 3921 East Olympic Boulevard. So it's right next to the shop here. And I'll pull up the address for the shop as well, because we are open late tonight, folks. Heads up. And tap in if you're in the area. Bro will be here. Who knows? I might do a little overtime tonight. Who else is going live tonight? Midwest Night Watchers, possibly. They've been doing lives on Friday night. And we'll keep an eye out for them, too. I usually hang out over there also. All right, reports. Bigfoot Mapping Project. And y'all chop it up, network in the chat. Y'all know what to do. Share some links. Let us know if there's any good videos that we should be checking out. We'll take a look at my posts. Also, y'all check out the Flash of Beauty put out a Bob Gimlin Hypnotized. Very interesting video. And I had read some of the comments, and I heard someone mention that he was actually regressed and not hypnotized. I don't know the difference. Maybe someone in the chat does, but I'm going to look into that. And there was a few other things I was looking into also that I might share, but let's hop on over to the reports. Again, I shared a pre-recorded one the other night out of Texas. We're going to switch this up. I like this one better. All right. Yeah, they suddenly switched the screens on us. We could do that, the circle, which is cool. There's that one. And then there's this one, which it used to be the other way around. I don't know if there's another way to switch it to make the map bigger and me in like a rectangle like that, but whatever. We're going to go circle, full circle. Yeah, we it's like a broken record here. And checking out the Bigfoot Mapping Project here, you could see Southeast Texas. That's the one we read the other night, pre-recorded. Yeah, there's a lot of lives going on. I don't like to go live when others are live, so I'll read this one to you live also while we're at it. So 2/20/26, and it's pretty much near. It could be part of the Sam Houston National Forest. And there's a bunch of reports in the site on that area. Look, drop the Squatch a bit. You can see all the different colors Sasquatches. Some of them are just BFRO reports as well, I noticed. And I think those could be the yellow ones, but there's a red one there, orange one here, some blue footprints. And yeah, this report has turned blue now. So 2/20/26, 8:05. And there was a vocalization on this report here. And it says, me and my camping buddies were out into woods, sitting around the fire. It was a still night, and out of nowhere, we heard a deep guttural sound, like a deep duck quack from behind my friend, maybe 20 yards into the darkness. We were all paralyzed. Let's make sure y'all could see that. All right, cool. We were all paralyzed with fear for almost a full minute. We contemplated bolting for it, but by the time we got our wits about us, it was gone. We still go out there, but we always keep an eye out on the darkness. So that's Southeast Texas, and no color, no other description there. We're going to head up to this new report up in Wisconsin again. I know, I think we've been reading some reports out of Wisconsin lately. And we're going to drop the Squatch. It looks like northwestern Wisconsin, bordering with Minnesota there. And dropping the Squatch. Let's see. I see a Patterson State Park. It looks like pretty much it's in the state park there, somewhere up in where those diamonds are. There we are. You can kind of see, looks like a creek or something. Oh, it's a river. Looks like Black River going through there. And it says 8/18/13. So this is a bit of a throwback. 2:06 p.m. And it did vocalize. I was with my husband, Ryan, at Little Manitou Falls, at the actual falls, walking above. The hair stood up on my neck, and I heard knocks and a growl. Yikes. I looked, but didn't see anything. I ran to the car in a panic, and it says her name there, Sherry Connors, and some other information there. And so, yeah, that's it on that. Quick report out of Wisconsin there. And I did search around to see if maybe BFRO or any other sites had anything out of that area. And I believe it's Douglas County. I could be wrong. And so on the other sites, nothing on BFRO for Douglas County. I did check. And let's see. Later, bro. We could check for you right quick. Let's see Wisconsin right there. And right here, you can see most recent reports added to the BFRO out of Wisconsin. If you're interested, anyone, there's a couple of Class A's and a Class B there. And you can check out the counties. And so Douglas, I'm assuming it's Douglas County. And if you look at Douglas, there is nada. Nothing there. So just a heads up. And then I checked a couple other sites, didn't find anything, but I did find something over on, let's see, where was it? Over on Bigfoot Society's map there. You can see a few south of there. There's a couple of them, but there is one pretty close, and that's pretty much almost at the tip of Lake Superior, I believe it is. Yeah. One of the Great Lakes, right? And so we'll go ahead and check this one out too, since it's in the area. So Jay Cook State Park, Minnesota. So that's, I guess, crossing the border there. But you know what I think? Cryptids, Bigfoot without borders, cryptids without borders. They don't care what county or what state it is. They're going where they want. So it says witness states she had a vision of two Sasquatch planning to trade her planning to trade her to river entities for fish. Yeah, I had a double take on that. Whoa. Which would bypass the protection of her dream catcher. Witness states she resisted telepathic lures to exit her camper at night, identifying deceptive bird-like calls as predatory, higher dimensional entities. Whoa. You could check that out over on Bigfoot Society, episode 852, far out. And shout out to Jeremiah. We're always giving Jeremiah shout outs, but he was out. He posted a video earlier. He's out squatching, I think, up in Oregon somewhere. And they were finding some interesting stuff. So if you like boots on the ground type videos and stuff, I recommend that. And yeah, so there you go. That's your Bigfoot report there. Let's tap out of here. Let's see. Boom. Who else is up in the chat? What up? Anybody else sneak up in here? What up, Richard? 20 in Alaska, Anchorage. Oof. I got the high tower. Rocking the high tower today. I got to put the headphones kind of like that. Oh, man, but it's been fun scratching away here. And again, if you're in the area, come on by. We're open after hours tonight. What else do we got? Let's see. A quick ride through Bluff Creek. How about that? I know some of you might enjoy that. Could we do that? Let's take a little ride right quick, and then we'll head up out of here. So yeah, they've been spraying a whole lot, so the weather's been really weird. It's still been hot, but then cold at night now, and it's been all over the place. It's supposed to cool down in a couple days, but then heat back up into the 90s. What the? You know what? All right, let's do this, y'all. Quick little sneak peek. And since, yeah, the whole Patterson situation happening, Patterson, Gimlin, Patty, Bigfoot, Bluff Creek, I've been wanting to, let's see, should we do it like that? That didn't work. Are we sharing? Give me 1 second. There we are. And let's do this. Can we? All right. And I'll cut the audio just because who knows what the guys are saying or what they're going to say. Let's see. Are we on there? All right. So this was last year. Keep an eye out for Bigfoot. Keep an eye out for Patty. Did we check this out already? We might have. But anyway, I'm thinking, yeah, I haven't completed. There's some video from last year from up in the area, Bluff Creek, and I haven't put that video together yet. Well, I did actually put the video together yet, but just not the voice overlay or whatever. And so now with everything happening, I'm like, all right, this really could change what I had planned for that. So I'm thinking of, yeah, I'll maybe input some of the latest information and talks that's happening, and it'll be, I guess, pre the documentary. If I put it out before then, and I'm probably sure that it'll be out before then because we have no idea when that documentary is going to be out, and I'm super anxious to check it out. I'm sure some of you are as well. I think we did check this out once before. I think someone noticed that particular area. Might have been Digger Dog. Anyway, I thought I'd pull up some Bluff Creek clips and jump back in the chat. Uncivil Engineer. What up, Gerald? Salute to you. Welcome. It says, my fingers. General Sorrow, salute to you as well. Gerald, salute. Yeah, this is just a quick stream. We touched on some reports. We're promoting the shop being open after hours tonight as well. MK Ultra is on Stormwatch. We got him on live here on the phone. And darn it, I didn't pull up here. I'm gonna pull up the monitor here. I should have done that in the beginning. We didn't even drop a intro. We're just like, let's just do a quick live stream, tap in, say what's up to everybody, let them know how we're doing. And let's see. There we are. Finally pulled up the monitor. Whoops. There's Juliana McGill. The fire's still sick. Oh, yeah. Yep. And Juliana, thank you so much. Last night when you hit me up, and actually you and Garrel hit me up at the same, you guys were texting me at the same time. I'll say napping. I was laying down on my bed, which is rare because I'm a night owl. So you woke me up. It was perfect because I didn't want to go to sleep yet. And I got a cool conversation with Juliana McGill in the chat there. And a cool little chat with Garrel as well. So yeah, thank you for that. That was fun. And Juliana and I were, it was good information, some good talk, some good chat. And I'm going to take you up on that, Juliana. And even on the, appreciate those hearts. See, I can see some hearts going up there. Yeah, even on the food you mentioned, to take you up on that as well, man. I can't wait to take some of that stuff. And yeah, no, there's some other stuff we need to talk about. We'll talk about further, and maybe I could mention certain things. We'll make sure it's okay to share some of that stuff. And there's stuff that when we go to Bluff Creek, we, depending on who's there and their knowledge on the Patterson, that's what you hear around the campfires. It's super cool. And even if it comes, whatever the verdict is, it's still cool to be there where the stuff happened and the history of whatever this whole situation, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, RPG earlier was mentioning about Patty's breasts. And the other day I was zooming in. Someone actually sent me they were mentioning they had a clear copy of I think it's frame 352. And I heard there's a dispute on the number actually on the frame also. So that's a whole thing. Man, it's like ping pong. It's all over the place. And shout out to Ian and Todd Samples from Bigfoot Wilderness Research. Those guys, Todd's riding shotgun, Ian's driving, and we're in the Bighorn there. It was rad to be able to be in that thing. I love those Rams, man. Although I'm a Yoda guy, Toyota. But yeah, and you hear so much information, and a lot of it's a lot to take in. Also, enjoying the moment as well. But man, some of the stuff you hear, the stories, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Let me tell you. And so it's interesting when you hear other people's take on it, and then we get the behind the scenes stuff too. When we go out there and stuff from locals as well. So it's I love it. Thank goodness for Bigfoot. And that's why we're all here. Ozzy Sue, you caught a stream. And it's going to be a short one. We just did a couple reports earlier. And Ozzy Sue, I'll try to find that recent Ozzy report on the Bigfoot mapping project. What's Moon saying? Is Barb in here? There's B Mora. Yeah, what's up, Barb? Cheers. All right, here we go. That video ended there. Cool. Fun little ride around Bluff Creek. And thank you again, Garrett and Juliana. Thank you all for hanging out today for a little minute. Look at that. We did almost a half hour. And I'm sure there's more stuff that I could get into. Let's have a quick little peek at Jackie while we're at it. Jackie the Eagle. Yes, I seen the 2 eggs yesterday. So the eggs are rocking still, y'all. And there she is. Maybe we'll get a little peek at the eggs. Let's make sure this is playing. Boom. All right, now we're up to speed there. All right, let the eagle soar. All right, y'all, so we're going to wrap this baby up. I should have done a sound check, but it's all good. We'll get to that. And yeah, so email is back up and running. Glad I remembered that. So it is active and working, folks. So, you want to send in some reports, or maybe, actually I was supposed to, let's see, I got to check my phone. I'm in touch with Trackway. We were in a chat and we got into some interesting stuff. He was mentioning some things having to do with the Ohio sightings, even the comet. There was a few things we pointed out on a previous stream, but I think he might be up that way. Yeah, he's near some of the Portage sightings, I think it was. And we're in contact now. So I got his email. We're in connection. So we're hopefully might be able to jump on here. We don't know. But the information he had to share on that stuff was pretty fascinating. So maybe he will touch on that. And he was mentioning something about, the sightings of the Bigfoot. There's also some UFO sightings, which we talked about. There's these 2 sheriffs, and I think STM's going to do a doc on that. And it's well known. We brought that up. And then there was also, I guess, some other strange stuff. People talked about other flaps, I think he mentioned also in that area in the past. I think one in the 80s as well. And so, I want to get into all that. I find it fascinating. And then the email, boom, once again, it's up and running, y'all. cal_org Bigfoot Project 420@yahoo.com. And so if you got a report you'd like to share, or you want to jump on here, share some stuff, it could be non-Bigfoot related too. We get into UFOs, other high strangeness. Bring it on. We're going to check in the chat right quick. Let's see. Juliana says that actually happened to me, Moon. All right. She's chopping it up with Moon. Always good to see you, Bigfoot Dwarf Broski. Likewise. Uncivil Engineer 1491. Blessings to everyone out there. And who knows? We might. Gerald, you going on live tonight? We got to keep an eye out for any speed chases as well. I'm keeping an eye out on MK Ultra here also. Maybe someone will share his link in the chat maybe. But he's on Storm and Cryptid Watch. And he's live now. And then I see Stacy Brown is premiering at the moment. And Gerald You could share a link if you are going live tonight. Gerald and Jane. What up, John aside? Still working? Right on, brother. Yeah, we're chopping it up here and grinding it out as well, bro. Tap in, folks. If you're in Southern California, in the Los Angeles area, we're open after hours once again. Here, I should do the announcement like this, huh?
We are open. Whoa.
Nope. We won't do that one. I don't know why I messed with it last time. I don't know why we're getting feedback now, but anyway, I was gonna make an announcement. I gotta figure that out because I like that megaphone for sure. All right, y'all. Stay up here. Let's pop up out of here. See you later, Jackie, the eagle. Boom. There we go. And as always, I'm probably forgetting something. Yeah, I didn't hear back from Gerald. No smoking scan live later tonight. Oh, smoking scan live later tonight. Yeah, he'll be live. And we always keep an eye out there for speed chases as well. So had a speed chase go by the ranch today. What the? Come on, Juliana, you didn't get footage of that? Wow. Let's see. You could tell he was not waiting to pull over in. The sheriff was like, hold my beer. They got him 4 miles from here towards Willow Crack. Woo! And that should tell you more or less where Juliana's at. Yeah, no, and I heard there was like a speed chase through Hoopa like a couple weeks ago, a week and a half ago. I haven't been. I get my notifications for news up north, but I haven't tapped in. And yeah, it's some other stuff going on in Hoopa after that. It is Hoopa, Hoopa's hood, y'all. Enough respect, but shoot, Humble's hood. Humble will get hood if they have to. NorCal get hood if they have to. Cali will get hood. We in the hood out here. Anyway, we up out of here, folks. Much love. Let's see. Can we hit an outro at least? Yeah, we could. Boom.